Yo guys, just thought I'd let you know before you watch this. I did this interview on Instagram Live just because I thought, I'd involve you guys a bit more. I used a lot of your fan sent questions. The issue is though, there were a lot of technical difficulties. I couldn't really hear him too properly. I also cut this interview up a bit just for the sake of time. It's still a little long, so if you want to go to the description, there's timestamps if you want to skip to your favorite part. But definitely stick around to the end because he starts playing live music on the synths. And yeah, it's a Mike Dean interview, so enjoy.
What's up? What's up?
Mike Dean, what's up?
How you doing?
Man, how are you doing?
Chilling shit. Just fucking hanging out in the studio, in the kitchen right now.
What's your plans for today?
What's that?
Like, what's your plans for today now that, obviously you can only stay home, right?
Yeah, I'm staying home, working on some music for this video game right now.
For a video game?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Did you already announce that, or is it just you're still, like, kind of keeping that low-key?
It's just kind of, look, I can't mention what it is yet.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, congrats on two things. I mean, the first being the SCOTTS, obviously, and the second being your new 420 album.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, how does it feel dropping an album during the pandemic and not being able to, like, go out, do press runs and stuff?
I think it's cool. I like how you got your shit. You got like a picture of me and then you're small.
Oh, shoot. Well, that's actually supposed to go away. All
There
right,
we go.
cool. Yeah. I mean, it's cool because a majority of our fans are like fans of your music, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you guys make music for the youth. But so let's talk about this new album, right? So was this something that you locked yourself in a room for and like did it by yourself? Or did you get input from like, your people?
Just did it by myself, really. Me and Louise ran the camera for me, and
Hey, how's it going?
she did the artwork, did the creative direction, did the album cover and shit.
Okay. So did you get any input from like any artists or?
Nah.
No, I feel you.
Nobody even knew I was doing it until it was done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I listened to it while going to sleep. I just wanted to see how that would feel. It was like a whole experience.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So is this like a tease until you make a full album, or like what's your plan with that?
I'm going upstairs. This is like this is kind of like my sample pack, you know what I mean? Like, they're all kinds of producers. Mike, Will, Timberland hit me up. Can I sample this shit? I'm like, yeah.
So do you have plans of, putting an album with other artists on it? Like, I don't know, a Kanye or a Cudi?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the end game,
That would
Yeah,
break
I'm
me.
planning on. Yeah, I'm planning on doing just that. Breaking the internet.
That's what you do best. That's what you do best. Yeah, so I mean, let's kind of go back. Now like the viewers are obviously seeing this whole Travis Scott thing on Fortnite and whatnot, but I want to show you something, and I feel like you might remember it. I'm gonna show you something on the screen right now.
Okay. What is that?
You don't know what that is?
That's South by Southwest 2013, no?
That is Lovesick by Travis Scott, like old.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, it's just been a minute.
Yeah. I did an interview with Anthony Kilhoffer, and he was telling me that that's the video he saw to like discover Travis, and he showed you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent it to me on Twitter and some messages.
Okay. So what was your reaction when you first saw that?
That was crazy. I was fucking with him. I fuck with Travis since I heard him. He needed to find his own sound, which took him a little while to figure that out. But once he found his sound, he was fucking running with it. He's amazing.
Yeah. Well, nowadays you probably have like trillions of kids doing the same thing to you, right? But like, what is it about a DM that stands out that Mike Dean will actually listen to it?
Mostly persistence, I think. He was really persistent. And besides him, he had Kilhoffer, like, check this kid out.
Have you found anyone talented lately just off your
your Twitter DMs or email?
Not lately. Yeah, a few things I've been listening to. There's a band I found through community that's cool
Okay.
called Sunflower Seed. No, what's it called? Sunflower something. Sunflower Bean.
Sunflower.
Don't wake me up in the morning. All I
I got a whole email, sounds from Mike Dean at Gmail, that's full of demos, shit that comes in every day. I get like 20 or 30 things a day at least.
Right. Yeah. Killopper was saying the same thing. He was like, so many kids do it, and at this point, all you can do is like, you can't respond to all of them, but you can listen, right?
Right, exactly.
I did an interview with Pierre Bourne also. This was recently, and he was telling me about the time where he played his album for Kanye, and then ultimately that led to Kanye asking him to work on Ye, right? And it was crazy. Like, I always see photos of the most random people in the studio with you and Kanye. Like, it could be Pierre Bourne, but then it could literally be like Jonah Hill. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you never know who's gonna pop up, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have like, what are some of your favorite stories of collaborators being brought in to a Kanye West session?
I mean, Stein was a really good one.
Right.
We made Send It Up, I think. Yeah, he was on Send It Up.
I know that during the Wyoming party, you know, when the album released, you actually, like, you were still finishing the album. Is that correct?
Yeah. He was headed to the release party in his car, recording new lines on his iPhone, sent it to me. Oh, add this into the song, add this to this song. And then when the album was done, I'm like, okay, I'm going to text it to you so you can play it. He's like, no, I want you to come play it. So we had to wait like another 45 minutes while I drove to the middle of nowhere, from the middle of nowhere.
Would you come late?
Yeah, my phone battery was really low when I was playing it back, so that was interesting.
Terrible timing, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. How was the Wyoming party? It looks crazy on the live.
It was cool. I mean, I was just more worried about my phone dying, so I didn't really enjoy it.
You didn't know where to plug it in the middle of nowhere?
You can't plug in when you're playing music out of the home.
Yeah.
What's a really hard part of making albums that, you know, people don't really get to see online, you know? Because there's so much work that goes behind these things.
I mean, mixing for hours and hours, listening to the same thing over and over. Solo each track, you know, and play it through, make any stems. That's never any fun. Yeah. That's the glamorous part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, because when I edit YouTube videos, it's the same thing as, like, when you keep seeing the same thing over and over again that you worked on, you kind of like lose interest in it. You feel me?
Lose their perspective, you know.
Yeah. It's like you keep watching it over and over again, and you, not that you get annoyed, but it's like yeah, you kind of lose a bit of interest in it.
Oh yeah.
I watched the doc just in preparation of this, right? The doc, the Look Mom I Can Fly.
Mm-hmm.
And so were you in the room when the Drake verse got sent in?
Yeah. They were in my kitchen. Yeah.
How's your kitchen?
That's why we just started our chat out. Yeah.
What was the atmosphere like when that happened? I know there was a bit of a clip that you could saw in the doc, but man, what was the atmosphere like?
It's a really good, great song. It just made it even better. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It all got pieced together a little bit at a time, you know.
Uh-huh.
I planned this stuff, and that sounds great. You know, it was just a song. Then Travis had the intro. He pasted that on the beginning. Then we sent that to Drake, and he did his thing.
Yeah. Astroworld also had a lot of crazy outros. What do you think is like the top 2 outros that you've worked on your entire catalog?
Maybe Devil in a New Dress. It's not an outro, it's a middle, but same thing.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
Devil in a New Dress, and probably, I don't know, SCOTTS.
Which one?
Maybe Highest in the Room or SCOTTS.
Yeah. How long did the SCOTTS outro take you to make?
How long did it take to make the SCOTTS outro? Like 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes?
Maybe 8 minutes.
8? Nah. At first I thought you said 10 hours. That would be more realistic, but
Oh yeah.
So
I wanted to know, like, can you describe the difference in the creative process when making Rodeo versus Astroworld?
Same process, really. Just more skills, further, more years of making records under my belt and his belt, like.
Mhm.
I think
Well,
Rodeo's a classic, it's like.
Well, I think at the time for Rodeo, I don't think Travis was really concerned with like, all right, how am I gonna chart or get this hit? At the time it was just like, how do I make the most creative music possible, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Yeah. So obviously, like the studio sections must have been kind of different back then, right? Like, what were some like the most basic things you guys experimented with during Rodeo?
I mean, beat switches, replaying samples, like, so we could like break them down, shit like that. Like, instead of being stuck in a sample, I'd replay the piano, replay the bass, and recreate the drums, so we could just break down versions and shit.
Yeah. I don't want to make you pick between your children, but how do you like Rodeo or Astroworld? Just let me know.
Man, both for different reasons. No, Rodeo, I think. Because Rodeo's special because it's it was his first album, it's new.
Right. Yeah.
I'll definitely go with the same answer, but
How do you think an artist like Travis, he's about to reach Drake's level of popularity? How do you think he maintains that level of creativity?
It's just in him, you know what I mean? Like, he can't make anything that's whack. Like, he can't make anything that's cookie cutter, you know what I mean? Like, we never say, okay, Sicko Mode was a big hit, let's make another one, you know what I mean? It's always like on to the next fucking vibe, the next, next great thing.
Yeah. You think we've seen the best of Travis yet?
No, not at all.
Well, yeah. Tell me about this though. What's the difference between working with people on their albums versus you made your own one? What was the difference in that?
It's just much simpler, you don't have to get approval from anybody. You don't have to worry if somebody likes something. You do what you feel,
This feels like it took like years in the making to make this.
Nah, when I made 80% of the album is live, like from my live streams. I made that shit in about an hour and 20 minutes,
You made 28 songs in an hour?
I mean, it's really 4 songs, 4 long songs with 3 short songs injected. I split them up into like 8 to 10 pieces a piece to make them more digestible and to get more clicks,
Yeah.
You want to put a 22-minute song, you get like 10 streams. Yeah.
What about the names of them? Like, how did you come up with the names of the 8th day, the 5th day?
Like,
it's actually, I started my live streams like back in like March 18th, I think, and I live streamed every day on my synths. And the 5th day is the 5th day. The 8th day is the 8th day, and so on.
In quarantine.
Yeah, that's how many days in quarantine, basically. That's what the vibe of the album is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, like the progression of how you feel being in quarantine.
Which one would be like your favorite day then in this album?
Oh, probably the first one, the 5th day.
The 5th day.
But then the last one's crazy too. The 12th, the 12th day. Yeah, that one goes crazy on the end, like part 4 or 5, 3 or 4. Goes into like 200 beats, like crazy house shit.
You think you can play one of them actually?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah. It's really noisy, notice how it sounds so dope though.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I mean, the fans are loving it. Everyone in the comments, they said these are godly sounds. Let's go.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that interview. If you enjoyed it, click like and comment. Trust me, it really helps. But like I said though, it was really tough to do this because I couldn't properly hear Mike. There were so many technical difficulties. So it was hard for me to ask follow-up questions, which means, like I couldn't get the best answers or stories out of him. And I just think from now on, I won't really do IG Live interviews. There's way too many things that can go wrong, and it sucks to mess up in real time. And then on top of that, there's like the comments bickering at you the whole time. So, but hey, I'm a huge fanatic of Kid Cudi, Kanye West, and Travis Scott. So interviewing Mike Dean is something that is just unheard of to me. To me, he's the greatest producer of all time. So no matter how this interview could have went, I just think to myself, wow, I'm 20 years old and I interviewed Mike Dean, something I never thought I could do. So I'm satisfied, right? But let's read the top comment of the week. So on the last video, John commented on our TM88 interview, and he said, "This is big, man. Even some big interviewers can't get the type of artists you've been interviewing. Keep it up." That's love, man. Thanks for recognizing that. When you're coming up and you're trying to compete with the complexes and the geniuses, you have no edge over them, right? So you really just gotta work way harder than them. And that's what I've been doing, man. So go watch that TM88 interview that he was talking about, and subscribe too. I need you to subscribe.